We are back to do the review of our 6 bucket meals review. And I'm so glad that we are coming to an end culmination. This is Vicki with the 411. If you have missed any of the previous videos, be sure to go check them out. Subscribe, like it, share it with your friends, and we'll be right back and discuss each of these buckets on how they rank in our emergency preparedness plan. Okay, so bucket number 1 is Cabela's brand and founded at Bass Pro Shop. It is really ReadyWise Foods, which we found out later when you open it up. It weighs 9.38 pounds, so not too heavy, and it costs $79.99, so $80. 60 servings, which is for 2 people, about 5 days. Now, these we found out were packages that you had to boil water and then cook the meal for 20 minutes. And if I was in an emergency and I needed this food, I would have to use my butane burner. And that's a lot of butane I would have to use to boil the water and then cook it for 20 minutes. So this did not make it in my top 3 for today. Bucket number 2 is Mountain House, also purchased at Bass Pro Shop. Now, their pouches are the ones that you open up, you boil the water, you pour the water in, seal it back up, mix it up real good, seal it up, and in 10 minutes you have a nice hot meal. Their meals have meat in it. I was real pleased with that to get a little more protein in your emergency situations. There's 24 servings per container. This container weighs 5.5 pounds and it's $126. And that's comparable to some more that we'll check out. So I would recommend this type of bucket to single people that can easily grab it and go, because the meals aren't real hearty servings, but with 2 meals per pouch, you could probably get by with 2 pouches a day and have plenty to sustain you and feel like you've had plenty of food for the day. So this one is in my top 3. Bucket number 3 is Peak Refuel from also from Bass Pro Shop. It is 7 pounds, so we're getting a little heavier on our buckets here. 24 servings, and this one cost $156. Now the Mountain House one was $126 for 24 servings, 2 servings per pouch. Same thing from this bucket here. I'm not as familiar with Peak Refuel, but I did love their biscuits and gravy. Their pouches that you zip off the top, open up the top, put the boiling water in, let it sit for 10 minutes, and you had a pretty decent meal. Has meat in their foods as well. So the only difference this makes on my top 3 is that the price difference for these two. I would go with Mountain House before I went with Peak. Okay, bucket number 4 was a larger bucket of ReadyWise. And ReadyWise, again, is when you have to boil your water, put it in, cook it for 20 minutes. The meals in these didn't seem so bland as the first one, or at least the ones I tried had a better flavor to them. There's 150 servings to this bucket. I was impressed that they had a couple of pouches of whey alternative milk product, which is my 3rd choice in milk. We'll talk about my 2nd and 1st here in a minute. But whey milk, I want to show you what it does to the pitcher. See the film that it leaves on a pitcher? You don't get that in all of your powdered milks, but you do get it with the whey milk. There's no protein that were in any of these meals in this bucket. So this bucket was $98 for the 150 servings. Now they do have another bucket available with ReadyWise that is 96 servings that has meat in it, but it's for $180. So ReadyWise did not make it in my top 3. They're still in there. Okay, bucket number 5 is with Thrive Life, and it can be purchased through vickibeecham.thrivelife.com. This bucket weighs 8.8 ounces, so it's not too bad for a grab and go. Cost $156, but it has 12 pouches with 3 servings per pouch, so you get 36 servings. Compare that to the Mountain House and the Peak that had 12 pouches with 2 servings. The price range is pretty close there. This has doesn't have it in here, but Thrive has the best instant milk. It's better than compared to the whey alternative things and some Morning Moo milk that we'll talk about in our next bucket. I really have the Thrive milk at the top of my list for milk. and it does not leave the scum inside the pitcher. So anyway, I recommend this bucket for anybody, couples or families with small children. If you have a big family, get 2 buckets. Because their servings are 3 per pouch. My husband and I, who are heartier eaters that like to feel like we're full when we're through, is perfect. These pouches do great for us for a meal. So, okay, bucket 7, Augustin Farms, purchased at Sam's Club. And this bucket weighs 32.4 pounds. It's not going to be my grab and go bucket in an emergency. But if you're stuck at home in an emergency, then maybe this is something you would consider. It has a 30-day supply for 1 person, so 15 days for 2 people, a week for 3 or 4. These meals, though, are the ones you have to boil the water, cook the food for 20 minutes. There's no meat in these products again, but if somebody's a vegetarian, a lot of these meals are great. If you remember, we did talk about the bananas, and I did a video on, do you want freeze-dried, dehydrated bananas, or do you want freeze-dried bananas? Because these have coconut oil, sugar, and banana flavoring mixed in them, and that concerned me. And this has the morning moo milk in it, which is my second favorite milk, next to Thrive Life. And also, this one came with a water bottle with a filter in it that would filter out 100 gallons of water, which I thought was a nice little additive. And that water bottle went to my emergency preparedness kit right away. So, bucket number 7. To wrap this all up, my 2 top buckets for this journey of 6 buckets is Mountain House. If you're a single or a light eater, with 2 servings per pouch, I would go with this one. But for 2 people in a family or children, I would definitely go with this one because it has 3 servings per pouch. Both of these are the ones that you boil your water, pour it into the pouch, so you don't have to have dishes. You just have to have things in there to stir it up with. And the food was great in both of them. They had meat, so that gave us some good protein. And I just thoroughly enjoyed the food that I ate out of these 2 buckets. Thanks so much for going on this journey with us. Again, if you missed the earlier ones, go back and watch them, subscribe, like, share with your friends. And this is Vicki with the 411.